Ubisoft think that they are untouchable when that definitely is not the case. Of course, they think that they can call their games quadruple A and charge a higher price tag. They really think they can release trailers without gameplay and people are going to pre-order and swipe their credit cards for products. And now we know that both their upcoming Assassin's Creed Shadows and Star Wars Outlaws games have content locked behind the season pass paywall day one. I have a few things to show off, but before we get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, follow me on social media, and consider supporting through Patreon or through YouTube memberships. Now, obviously, Ubisoft is a well-known name within the video game industry, but that does not mean that you can slack. That means that you have the most eyes on you than ever before, and you cannot screw up or else you are going to face boycotts and backlash, and that is exactly what is happening with Ubisoft's upcoming titles, Star Wars Outlaws and Assassin's Creed Shadows. Now, obviously, Outlaws has faced a lot of backlash because of the fugly characters, of the mediocre-looking gameplay, and the day one season pass paywall, but they're doing the same exact thing with Assassin's Creed Shadows. I've been talking quite a bit about this game because, of course, people are a little bit upset over the Yasuke situation, and of course the gaming media is calling us racists and just generally terrible people instead of allowing us to criticize the move that has been made with this game. But now we're finding out that it has day one missions only available through the season pass and other ones by pre-ordering. It says Assassin's Creed Shadows players won't have access to all of the day one missions due to Ubisoft locking one behind the season pass and another behind a pre-order bonus. Now, I understand companies need to try to find ways to get people to pre-order, so I'm totally okay with them putting maybe like an exclusive costume behind a pre-order, but when you start talking about actual content and things like missions, that is where many people are going to draw the line and call you out on your BS. It says, as is standard for the publisher, it will now launch in a handful of different versions, the standard edition at $69.99, the gold edition at $109.99, the ultimate edition at $129.99, and the collector's edition at $279.99, which of course is an absolutely absurd price tag, but that means that day one, if you want to access all of the content that they have made for this game, you will at least have to purchase the $109.99 edition or the $129.99 edition. If you are purchasing the $70 standard, you will not be receiving the season pass, meaning you will not be receiving all of the content that is being made for this game. Now, of course, I think that this is complete and utter nonsense. If you are telling us, oh, you have extra content that you've made, but you're simply pricing people out, you are not going to gain my and many other people's support. This is not an okay thing to do, especially when you are saying that your games are of the highest quality and you're trying to, actually normalize like quadruple A games, which of course don't exist, and they called Skull and Bones quadruple A, which was nonsense given the fact that it went on sale 2.5 to 3 weeks after launch because it sold so terribly for them. Clearly, the general gaming audience did not think that that was a quadruple A game, but while they have not been sharing any really meaningful details on the two missions, they did announce that the pre-order bonus is called Thrown to the Dogs and released artwork featuring dual protagonists with dogs at their side. And as for the season pass mission, Ubisoft has said that players must infiltrate a secret society from the inside. It sounds very similar to Outlaws, which is a Jabba the Hutt mission. Ubisoft had come under fire for the game having a season pass, but fans were expressing their frustration once again upon noticing its highly anticipated Jabba the Hutt mission is locked behind it, which of course infuriated people, and rightfully so. It says, though, fans had previously shared their frustration with the Jabba the Hutt mission, talking about how it was unacceptable, and of course, instead of actually trying to quell our worries and say, hey, listen, we totally understand why people are upset with this, and we're definitely taking this feedback into consideration going forward, Ubisoft insisted that it was optional and additional missions that did not impact the overall experience much, which is absolutely fucking pathetic, because if you are creating that content and it is ready to go, you should be giving it to everybody, period. Playing your game is optional, Ubisoft, and if you want me to swipe my credit card and monetarily support you, which of course you need people to do in order to stay in business, you should be giving us all of the content, period. End of story. It is an option for me to swipe my credit card, and I don't have to. Nobody has to. And judging by the backlash surrounding Assassin's Creed Shadows, I think that we are going to hear that this is going to be one of the worst selling new Assassin's Creed titles. I mean, as you can see over on YouTube, it's got 6.3 million views, number 19 on trending, so it's starting to fall down the charts now. 251,000 likes to 510,000 dislikes, and this is, of course, primarily because of the lead characters, but I do also think now that we have this information about the pre-orders and the season pass available, this number is going to continue to go up because of this information. I think, yeah, when this game finally releases, it is not going to be a big seller. Same with Star Wars Outlaws. Star Wars has definitely fallen off over the past few years. A lot of people are very skeptical, and I think that they are hoping a lot of people who enjoyed Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor will show up to buy this game. But if you are already admitting to your crappy business practices and you're locking content behind paywalls, it's not going to make people who like those games, which had no extra purchasable content, those people are not going to want to give this game a chance. Why would I play this over Star Wars, Jedi Fallen Order, or Jedi Survivor? If I'm looking at them both, to be honest, I probably wouldn't. Cal Kestis' story was amazing. Those two other games were really, really good. And it just seems like these are major cash grabs for them, that they don't actually care about giving people the content that they deserve. Now, of course, I expect companies to do scummy things from time to time to want to try to make as much money as possible, but Ubisoft is a very big company because of us, and they are going to very quickly learn that if they are not going to make content for us and try to actually take our criticisms and our feedback into consideration, they're no longer going to get it, and that means there is no possible chance that consumers like us are going to buy their products. I obviously, at this point, don't think that they are going to walk back on this decision. Clearly, they had responded to the Star Wars Outlaws backlash by saying it was optional, additional content, and they really didn't care. And this is just very clearly the next kind of business practice they are testing the waters with by locking day one missions behind this season pass paywall. So I don't really see them changing their stance on this. I don't really see them particularly caring going forward, but I know that this for a fact is going to push people away from buying this game and say enough is enough. I am not going to be giving you, Ubisoft, my hard-earned money. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this, give it a like, and if you didn't, give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.